God bless the pugilists. Let's talk about it. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford, or Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. However you want to spice it. This for the best welterweight since Mayweather. Period. This fight brings clarity. Who was the best welterweight after Mayweather? Now, I said this on Twitter. These boxing idiots, it's some real boxing dumbasses on Twitter. It's just some boxing fanboys and all that shit. Let me say this too. Let me say this. If you, I'm gonna say 28. If you 28 and over, and you just started watching boxing when Pacquiao Mayweather came about, you late to the party. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these motherfuckers just started watching boxing when Pacquiao and Mayweather came about. When that fight came out. If you young, that's cool. I understand that, but you can't really talk boxing with me. Like, you can't talk boxing with me. Period. You a little nigga to me. You just started watching boxing. You new to the sport. You got to get a few years under your belt, youngster. You know what I mean? Now, let me say this, right? Pacquiao Mayweather. I mean, not Pacquiao Mayweather. Spence Crawford. This is for the best welterweight since Mayweather. This is for welterweight supremacy. Whoever wins this fight is the king of the welterweight division after Mayweather. That's gonna be his legacy. I was talking to these jackasses on Twitter. They was talking about, no, it was Terence, not Terence. What's the kid name? Thurman. It was Thurman was the best welterweight since Mayweather. Thurman didn't bring clarity. The division is blown out now. These guys are in their 30s. Crawford like 35. Spence like 33, 32, something like that. Crawford might be a little younger than that. Crawford might be like 34, something like that. But they in their 30s. So this is the division. This the last two standing. The last two people standing in the welterweight division. That very prestigious division. Because the welterweight division is a very prestigious division. It's very prestigious. The last two left is Crawford and Spence. Look at how we started after Mayweather. It was fuzzy. It was fuzzy because of just boxing is fuzzy until you fight the fights. That's one reason. Boxing is always fuzzy until you fight the fight. We don't know who's going to win. The politics of boxing, who they want to promote, that made it fuzzy. And fanboy shit, who you like, just who everybody got their favorite fighter, whether it's because of race, you like the guy's style, where you from, that type of shit. So that also made it fuzzy. But now it ain't fuzzy no more. It's two left. Look at how we started. After Mayweather Pacquiao, it was a lot of names in the welterweight division. You had Keith Thurman, which he had a little run, but he didn't bring clarity. He didn't make it clear that he was the best. He ain't nowhere around now. When the last time you heard Keith Thurman? What's today? Hold on, let me make sure I got today. Today is April 30th. Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Just to be clear. Keith Thurman didn't bring clarity. We had Danny Garcia. He lost twice, 3 times, something like that. I think Herrera outboxed him. He used that body jab, but they didn't give him the win. They gave it to Garcia, to Danny Garcia. But in my opinion, as a boxing fan, Herrera outboxed him. I think it was in Puerto Rico. He outboxed him. Lamont Peterson outboxed him, in my opinion. Lamont Peterson, literally, that was a landslide. I mean, it was like he really exposed him. You know what I mean? But he didn't. We had names like Terence. I'm not Terence Crawford. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. He was there. They was talking about him. We had names like what's the kid? He from Cleveland. Why I can't think of who the fuck he is. Hold on. Let me look this up. Oh man, this is hold on. I apologize. Let me look this up. Let me see who the fuck. Damn, what's his name? Can't even think of his fucking name. Going. He from Cleveland, y'all. He from Akron, Cleveland area. His father, the trainer. Why I can't think of this? I don't know. Why I can't think of this? He got a boxing pop. Porter, Sean Porter. Sean Porter. We had Thurman, Porter, Garcia. Crawford was at a lower weight class. Remember, Crawford won all the belts at 140, if I'm not mistaken. We had Spence. Broner kind of tried to throw his name in the hat. All those guys gone. Broner tried to throw his name in the hat. He got out of here. Madonna got him out of here. We don't throw your name in the hat. Porter fought everybody in the division. Everybody. He got everybody on his resume. I believe that Porter is a Hall of Famer on his resume. Porter, out of here, though. Garcia, out of here. Thurman, gone. Out of here. There's only two left. After all these years, there's only two left. Spence and Crawford. It's a 50-50 fight. I hate to say that. I know last week they said that Garcia and fucking Davis, Tank Davis was a 50-50 fight. Only Latinos were saying that shit. Like, that shit wild. That shit wasn't no fucking 50-50 fight. That was a lie. That was wild that they would try that. That was wild. That wasn't no, everybody knew what that was, but you know, they supported their guy, but that wasn't really, you wasn't really talking boxing. If you said that was a 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? 80-20 maybe. I'd have gave you that. You know what I mean? It really was 95-5, but we ain't gonna get too deep into that. But anyway, this is a real 50-50 fight. This is a real 50-50 fight. I don't know who gonna win. And I'm a boxing fan. You know what I mean? I'm a super boxing fan. You know what I mean? I'm not a super duper boxing fan where I know every single weight class. I've watched every single, but I watch amateur boxing. I watch all that shit, Olympics, all that shit. I'm into boxing. I love boxing. I've been into boxing my whole life. I'm a boxing fan. And I can't really put my finger on it. I just need to see it. I can't, if I had to put my finger on it, I can't. I want to get a nod. Let's break the fight down. You can't really even break it down. I mean, like you can say both guys is good. And this my thing, right? I really don't care who wins. I just want to see the fight. Really can't put my finger on this. Like this Crawford, this Spence. I can't go either way. This is really like a 50-50 fight. I want to say Spence because of size. Both of these guys skilled. They both skilled. I want to say Spence because of size. Like if I had to give a nod, I want to say Spence because of size. You know, they always say the good big man beats a good little man. The size is usually the determining factor. But I mean, he big. Spence is big. Spence, this is something that don't nobody talk about. Spence been a professional since 2011, 2012, at least 10 years. He only fought at 147. That's it. That's the only weight class he fought at. 147. You don't see nobody stand at one weight class for 10 years. Only people I could think of staying at a weight class for 10 years, that's just off the top of my head. 10 years at the same weight class. Mickey Ward, when it 140, Mickey Ward, and Bernard Hopkins. That's it. Them the only ones I can think of staying at a weight class for 10 years or longer. That's it. That's not normal in boxing for a guy to stay at a weight class for for 10 years. Look at yourself. Is you the same weight you was 10 years ago? That shows me something. That this guy is really big for real. He really supposed to be at like 160 at this point in his career. For real. For real, for real. You know what I mean? He really supposed to be at 160, in my opinion. Minimum. Yeah, well, yeah, 160. He supposed to be about 160 right now. You know what I mean? And that shows me his discipline. He a real fighter. He a real fighter. He make the weight, and he don't look horrible on the scale. I can't remember a time where he looked at just like terrible death on the scale, where he looked at all sucked away and like he about to die. So like that shows me discipline. This guy got discipline. He a real fighter. He a real fighter. He got real discipline. When you when you can stay at the weight class for like that, and he might be just too big. He might just be staying there just to make this fight. I'm gonna get into that later. Now Crawford is having a normal career. He moving up through the weight classes. He moving up through the ranks. He talking about 154. You know what I mean? He moving up. That's how we usually see a guy start little and then he goes up in weight class as he get older. Everybody gain weight as they get older. I ain't just said 10 years ago, I was 180 pounds. I'm 235. I just weighed myself. I'm 235. I'm trying to get back down to that. It's a struggle. You know, that shit tough. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, let me say this, right? No, I'm gonna finish what I was just saying. So, you know what I mean? Like, Spence is big. He's a big man. He bigger. So you kind of want to give him the nod because he's bigger, but then you got to think he was in that big car accident where he rolled the car over and he got ejected out the car. Now I want to say like since he came back, he ain't miss a beat. He ain't miss a beat. He ain't lose a step or nothing. Not in my opinion. He didn't lose a step. But remember, he was supposed to fight Pacquiao, which he would have killed Pacquiao. He would have killed Pacquiao. He was supposed to fight Pacquiao on some pass the torch type shit. But he had to get eye surgery. He had got a injury in sparring and hurt his eye. So he couldn't fight Pacquiao. If that's how that went. Yeah, he couldn't fight Pacquiao. So Usyk stepped in. Usyk a beast. You know what I mean? Usyk stepped in and Usyk had Pacquiao with both eyes shut. His wife had to feed him. He did Pacquiao bad. You know what I mean? And then Usyk fought Spence and Spence broke his orbital. Spence broke two orbitals. He broke Kell Brook orbital. Kell Brook was kind of in the mix too in that 170, 147 talk. You know what I mean? But yeah, we ain't gonna go back to that. But yeah, he broke his orbital. He breaking niggas' eyes. And it's ironic that his eye fucked up. But he was supposed to fight Pacquiao and then he hurt his eye in sparring. Did he really? I mean, I don't know. He might have hurt his eye when he got ejected out the vehicle. I remember he said he was having shadows or something, like he was having a little shadow in his peripheral. He was having a shadow. That might have been already from the accident. He said he flew in the Cleveland Clinic and all that shit to get checked out, and they said he was cool, but he might have already been having that. That might be something that's still going. You know what I mean? Because if you reject the Pacquiao fight, that's big money off the dribble. Just in standing next to Pacquiao, you might can get a couple dollars. Let alone fighting him in the ring, that's big money. And he had to reject that. and cancel that fight. So, like he might. So that kind of make me want to get a nod to Crawford. Crawford ain't been injured. I don't remember hearing Crawford having no injuries, especially not no big injury. And Crawford, if you pay attention to Crawford always in the gym. It look like he like working out. You ain't never seen Crawford out here drunk. You ain't never seen Crawford out here doing nothing he wasn't supposed to do. I can't remember it. He the ultimate professional. I ain't never seen Crawford doing nothing that he wasn't supposed to do. Spence, we done seen Spence drunk, Spence getting knocked out of vehicles and all types of big car crashes, rolling shit over. Spence living reckless on the millionaire side. Spence living that big millionaire life, like, you know what I mean? But Spence it looked like he ain't lost a beat. You know what I mean? So, like, Crawford, you kind of want to give him the nod because you don't know what type of condition Spence in, but Spence looked still good. You know what I mean? I'm just confused. It's a 50-50 fight. I know I said all that, and I still ain't gave you an answer. I don't know. 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 I don't care. I just wish they'd hurry up with it. I seen earlier today they talking about they signed the fight. You know what I mean? I was talking with this nigga I talked boxing with at the gym, and he told me 2 days ago that they signed the fight. Just get it done. Like I'm not seeing nothing official. Let me see if we got anything official, man. Let me see something. Because I'm not seeing nothing official, man. Just hurry up with this shit, man, because this shit been taking too long, man. I feel as though if they don't fight this fight right now, that one of them might lose or look bad, and it might diminish the fight. You know what I mean? Like, right now, they both undefeated. They both, I believe, got belts at the weight class. Let's just get it done. You know what I mean? Like, let's get this shit out the way, man. Like, I don't know, like, all right, now I got to go into my other shit. Really, for me, this been Crawford's fault. Let me tell you why. Crawford was with Bob Arum, and Spence is with Al Haymon. Crawford was complaining about his deal with Bob Arum, and then he re-signed the deal with Bob Arum. Then he fought for some other promoter. Then I heard they gave him $10 million to fight on some type of app or something like that. Yeah, the BLK app. Like, you signing with everybody but who you supposed to make the fight with. You could do a 1-fight deal just to get this fight out the way, 2-fight deal, whatever, just to get this fight out, the fight. You fighting these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? These scrubs, this ain't what niggas want to see. Niggas want to see Spence Crawford. So for me, Crawford been signing with everybody but the guy to make the fight with. Now, I heard they gave him $10 million just to sign the contract. Like they guaranteed him $10 million just to fight a nobody. Shit, I would have took that shit too. I ain't gonna lie, hey man, you gotta wait. You the tough fight. I got this $10 million. What can you do to make $10 million? So like, if you got a way to make $10 million on some fighting, on some easy shit, nigga, shit, I'm gonna take that shit too, nigga, shit. Like, but I understand that, but I mean, for me, this been Crawford's fault that this fight hasn't happened. Let me see if I see some official shit. Another thing I heard, right, that this fight was supposed to take place at 154 because they both getting too old for the weight class. They both growing out of the weight class. If this, let's be clear, the welterweight division is the division of Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, I think Sugar Ray Robinson, Hagler one never had that weight class, but this is a very prestigious division in the sport of boxing. I'm gonna say this, right? Let me say this. Let me get this on record. In the sport of boxing, for me, I'm gonna say the top divisions in the history of sport of boxing, just period. Just if you think about it, when you mention boxing, It's prestigious weight classes. Heavyweight division, that's the baddest man in the world. It's the heavyweight champion. That's the most prestigious title in boxing, the heavyweight division, the heavyweight champion. Then I would say after that, the welterweight division. That's a historical division. Not super welterweight, junior middleweight, all that shit. No, not none of that shit. The welterweight division, 147 pounds. Was always great talent there. Then I would say maybe middleweight, 160. Then after that, I would say probably lightweight, 135. Then maybe light heavyweight. You know what I mean? That's as far as I'm going to that. But you know what I mean? So if this fight is for welterweight supremacy, whoever wins this fight is the best fighter since Mayweather, the best welterweight since Mayweather. Period. This boxing history. So if this happened at 154, I'd watch it. It'll still be an important fight in the history of boxing, but it won't have the prestige. Both of these guys got to weigh in at 147 pounds, unless it's not as prestigious as it should be. Or as it would be. Or no, it's not as prestigious as it should be. We still don't got clarity on who is the best welterweight, who is the best 147 pounder after Mayweather. That's what we're looking for. You know what I mean? So let me say this, right? Hold on, let me see this. Oh shit, what is this? What is this? Ain't nothing official. It ain't nothing official out here. It ain't nothing official. What is this? All right. But yeah, I mean, it ain't really prestigious then. You know what I mean? It ain't prestigious if it don't happen at 147. So let me give my prediction. My prediction is it's gonna be a good ass fight. You know what I mean? I hate to make predictions when I don't know who's gonna win. You know what I mean? When I really don't know in my heart. You know what I mean? I only picked one fighter with my heart, and I paid the price for that. And all the time I've been picking fights, and I put money on him too. When I kind of in my heart knew that he wasn't gonna win. I ain't gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna talk about it. It was Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna beat Tyson Fury the third time. I just didn't. We ain't gonna get into that. I'll get into that in another video. But you know what I mean? I don't really know. I just predict that it's gonna be a good fight. If they ain't too old, like Mayweather, Pacquiao, when they finally fought, they was in their late 30s. So they was old. They was old, and they ain't really go for it. So I don't know what they look like. I don't know, like, if they gonna get in there and go for the knockout. Because this should be, somebody should get stopped. Somebody should get stopped. Somebody should make this is the highest level. This is the highest level of boxing. So somebody should get stopped. Somebody should get stopped. They two stoppers. They stop people. And this for all the marbles. This for legacy. This for legacy. You get to say I was the best welterweight of a generation, of an era. Who generation is this? Who era is this? That's the question that we trying to answer. Who era was this really? We gotta bring clarity to this, man. This fight gotta come on. I still ain't seen nothing official, but we really do need this fight because we need clarity. We need to know who was the best of this division. I don't know. I'm be honest with you. I don't know who was the best welterweight of this division. I don't know. I can't really put a finger on it. We might not get clarity if they don't fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Just I predict it's gonna be a good fight. And let me say this: God bless the pugilists. These people, these men and women, they put their life on the line to entertain us. So may God bless them.